Hi, everybody. My name is Kevin Hart, and I'm the founder and CEO of Aireal, a geospatial augmented reality company. Today, I'm going to talk some about augmented reality, but what I also want to talk about is the role of human psychology in design and how we create the experiences for the world around us. So in the past, augmented reality has had this negative stigma to it that it's just a novelty. We got to go back and look at what breaks it down as a novelty. A lot of things have been around graphics processing limitations or interaction limitations, or what I think is the most critical variable of limitation is the dimensions that it's trying to recognize, whether it's limited to a sheet of paper, a QR code, or even a room. Now, the reason that's very concerning is because what we have to do is have a good understanding of behavior change. There's none of these actions of scanning items or just walking around a room is changing behavior significantly. It's certainly not really changing the perception of the world around us. Understanding the perception of the world around us and the effect it has on us is critical because what we experience out in the real world is designing us. And why that's important is because what we design, or what's designing us, we then design back. This simple notion is known as ontological design. What we design, or what designs us, we design back. And so this goes back in primitive eras. We can look back all the way to people who started creating tools. So they used tools, you cut meat, cutting meat meant less chewing, we had smaller jaws, allowed us more time for other activities. And even today, we have mobile devices that we design and ultimately design our behavior. So it changed the way that we communicate with one another, it changed the way we share emotion, and now more than ever, it's changed the way we perceive the world around us. This is from philosopher Marshall McLuhan. If you were at Jason Silva's talk, you probably heard him mention this even. We build the tools, and then the tools build us. So with Aireal, we're a geospatial augmented reality platform. What this means is we patented and created the ability to put 2D, 3D, video, and interactive content at longitude, latitude, and altitude coordinates. This means we can have a completely markerless experience. We can put any content anywhere in the world instantly without the limitation on dimension or location. So what you're seeing here is a build out of the airspace in which you can actually place an experience. We have X, Y, Z1 and Z2 that defines the space, and then you can have an experience in the middle of the park like dinosaurs. You could walk up, walk around them, and interact with them as if they coexist with reality. So what I want to talk about also is a few examples about how ontological design and Aireal applied can really affect human behavior. So here, let's talk about children in school learning about the SpaceX rocket landing. One child can learn on YouTube, see a video, hear mission control talking about it, and be amazed by the experience of how a rocket lands. Now give the same child a mobile device or eventually wearable technology, and they can place the rocket on their playground and actually see it land at the playground, walk up around it, all while hearing mission control talk about that rocket landing. Out of the two children in the same class, which one is not only going to have a better experience, but have a better memory of learning about SpaceX? Now we could take it to an enterprise level too with architecture. So a lot of architecture firms do these foam core renderings behind a plastic enclosure where you can actually see it to scale. Well, with Aireal, what we have the ability to do is take a CAD model of that building, put it at the actual location where you plan on building it, and allowing people to see how it affects the skyline, the shadow it casts, even begin leasing space in that building prior to ever breaking ground. So what we've done here is we have completed this cycle of what we design then designs us back. We have created and deployed an experience that has changed the behavior that somebody interacts with the world around them, and hopefully allows them to see the possibilities of how augmented reality can have a larger impact. Here's an example of the building actually being rendered. So I want to leave you with one last quote from Kevin Kelly, one of the co-founders of Wired magazine. We are the creators, but we also are the created. So be mindful of the experiences you created because you're also designing the behaviors for others that are interacting with it. Thank you. Any questions? Okay.
All right, cool. Adam, can we bring up the question on the screen, please? Or do you want to just read it to me? Okay. What's your team's background?
Okay, so we have people from a bunch of different previous augmented reality companies, as well as a lot of people from automotive research and development teams, whether Honda research and development, BMW research development, et cetera. We have 3 doctorates and 4 masters on our teams that have helped develop this technology and bring it to market. So we've previously done work for the Science Channel, we did Shark Week for Discovery Channel, College Football Playoff, and most recently we did the Maxim Super Bowl party. So we do a lot of things with sports and entertainment industries because it's low-hanging fruit. A lot of people already have devices, so it's very easy to change that behavior from using the device as a distraction to an enabler of new experiences in the world around you.
Other questions?
Yes? Absolutely. So what she asked is, what are some of the challenges that we have faced while creating this technology? One of the major ones is that we rely heavily on GPS, and we're on mobile first. So people often know that GPS has a range of 15 meters of accuracy. Well, we have our own methods of bringing that level of accuracy down to meter level, and now we have a new iteration of our technology that is even more precise. And so overcoming those barriers so you don't have to worry about GPS, and then having continuity of experience between indoors and outdoors is what we're achieving now, where prior to you're only limited to outdoor environments. Any other questions? Yes. Yes, so we are currently raising our seed round, and we have been around for 4 years, so it's not a new company, and we've been able to have clients that help us get some of this traction.
We have one more question.
All right, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Great job.